My first big attempt at weight loss came at the age of 16. I basically ate only lettuce for an entire summer and I lost a ton of weight. As it turns out, that became a very pivotal moment in my life because I had achieved the goal I'd set out to achieve, but I did it in a way that was not sustainable or healthy. And instead of enjoying the positive things that came from it, which there were some, the whole situation felt stressful and I soon found myself running back to my junk food for comfort. By the end of that school year, I was heavier than ever, and so started a couple of decades of yo-yo dieting. I bet that many of you that are watching this can relate to at least some of my story or have a similar story of your own. So why is it so hard to sustain weight loss? Why can't you follow the nutritional advice that you know will not only allow you to live life at the weight that you want, but also benefit your health and lower your risk of weight-related diseases that rob life of joy, like diabetes and heart disease? What is really going on here? Is it that your body just doesn't want to be thin? There are answers to these questions. We'll explore them in this video. To start with, your body doesn't care as much as you do about the number on the bathroom scale. It just wants to survive. So it is going to take actions based on that criteria. Every action it takes, whether it turns on hunger or drives you so crazy with cravings that you head to the drive-thru at 2 a.m., is initiated because your body senses something is not right and it needs nourishment. And you might think that fat is not a great thing, but your body looks at it as a wonderful reserve of energy that can be tapped into when there's no food available. So your body doesn't have a desire to be thin or fat any more than it has a desire to be left-handed or right-handed. It will simply deal with what it is given and do the best that it can to keep you going. And this is where you can build an alliance with your body despite your starting point. Plainly stated, if your goal is to lose weight, then give your body what it needs and it will give you what you want. If you've watched my channel for some time or watched the video series that comes with my free 0123 strategy, you've heard me talk about the 3 E's. These are the 3 things that must be in place in order for you to stick with your plan long enough to reach your goal. If you'd like the full explanation, you can watch the video series at drbeckyfitness.com/free. But as a quick overview, a panel of researchers discovered that when a person's plan is simplified, so it didn't take over their life, when what they were doing had an element of enjoyment to it, so they didn't feel miserable every day, and when their plan provided clear evidence that their efforts were working, they stuck with their plan and reached their goal. In other words, they had created a lifestyle that was easy to follow, enjoyable, and effective. Those are what I refer to as the 3 E's. When they are in place, your body has what it needs, and you now have an ally in weight loss rather than an enemy. So let's map out how to get these 3 E's working in your life, starting with the effective E. If you are stepping out of your comfort zone by changing the way you eat or move and not seeing results, research and likely your own experience tells us that you will not continue taking those actions. Remember that your body looks at body fat as a valuable energy reserve. However, we tend to carry around more energy than we need, with every pound of fat estimated to contain about 3,500 calories of energy. Even a lean person may have tens of thousands of calories to burn. To burn off the excess fat, you want to create an internal state in your body that allows for the release of that fat. The most effective way to do this is to eat in a way that keeps your blood sugar and insulin levels low and stable. What we know is that the calories that we get from carbohydrates, fats, and protein are not alike. They have vastly different effects on blood sugar and insulin levels. Carbohydrates cause the most significant spike in insulin. Protein provides a moderate rise, and fat produces little or no increase in insulin. Since our goal is to eat in a way that keeps insulin levels low, it makes sense to eat a low-carb, high-fat, moderate protein diet. It also makes sense to practice intermittent fasting by incorporating periods of time during your day when you abstain from eating. When there's no food coming in, your blood sugar and insulin levels remain steady. The two remaining E's are easy to follow and enjoyable. They are just as important as having an effective plan in place, because if what you are doing is super complicated and you hate it, it's not worth the effort and the pizza delivery guy magically shows up on your doorstep. The good news is that when your body adapts to your low-carb diet and fasting routine, the stabilization of your blood sugar makes sticking with your diet much easier, because without the blood sugar crashes, cravings stay away. The bad news is that when you first switch to a low-carb diet, it takes a week or two to gain that stability. So you have to weather that storm. But when you do, you open the door to enjoyment. A poor diet of quick digesting carbohydrates and sugary foods dull your taste buds and down-regulate brain chemicals like dopamine. So when you have a steady diet of poor quality foods, healthy, slow digesting foods seem bland and unappealing. However, when you avoid those junk foods for a few weeks, your taste buds and brain chemistry reset. You can now enjoy the subtle sweetness of things like nuts, seeds, yogurt, and berries, for example. And while it might be something that you need to prove to yourself, you'll find that you enjoy eating these healthy, subtly sweet foods much more than junk food. And I will add that eating healthy does not mean that you need to go off the deep end and become one of those people that can never go out to eat, or no one wants to sit by at a party. When you eat a low-carb, high-fat diet, you get to enjoy hearty meals that are very satisfying with no need for ingredients with long chemical-sounding names that you've never heard of before. And my channel is filled with examples of how to eat for a full day of low-carb dieting, and I have additional resources on my website that you can follow. The takeaway of this video is this. Your body does not have interest in what number comes up when you step on the bathroom scale. It simply wants to have enough reserve energy available to keep you alive. Even a lean person has the energy reserves needed for survival. If you'd like to lose some of the fat stored in those reserves, create an internal environment that promotes fat loss and maintain that state. That will happen for you when your plan is easy to follow, enjoyable, and effective. If you'd like more on how to get these 3 E's working for you in your life, watch the video series at drbeckyfitness.com/free. The videos come with my 0-1-2-3 strategy, which is a great way to structure your day and get your eating on track quickly. Before you go, please click the subscribe button to join me here. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.